Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum wa Ramadan Mubarak Kareem. Welcome to this series of webinar. We're gonna meet every Sunday, كل يوم أحد at 1, so that we can talk to you guys, we can share our experiences, and you can witness with your own eyes, see some current students at AUI, faculty and staff, and also some alumnus who had a really successful stories to share with you and inspire you. Assalamu alaikum. قبل ما نبداو, I would like to maybe show you a little bit around of the tool we are using right now so that you can navigate at ease. You have three tabs that you can use. The first one is general chat. So this is where we're going to talk, where you can interact with us. But if you have any questions, well, we have a special tab for it. It's called questions. لكن عندكم أسئلة تقدروا تطرحوها علينا في المكان المخصص اللي هو الquestions، وبهذه الطريقة نقدروا أننا نشوفوا جميع الأسئلة اللي غادي تطرحوها وما يدوزنا حتى شي سؤال. We're going to be conducting also some polls. It's the last tab. We're going to ask you a few questions. Two questions are already up there. Do you have a hard time staying positive during this lockdown? You could already start answering this one. And does the lockdown affect your ability to study? كما كتشوفوا كنمشي من الانجليزيه للعربيه، ماشي لاقاش ما عرفتش باين لغه غادي نهضر، ولكن كنحاول انني نتكلم بجوج لغات باش نسهل شويه الاموريه على كاع الناس اللي ربما يقدروا يكون عندهم صعوبات في الفهم ديال اللغه الانجليزيه. Welcome everyone to experience AUI في هذه الحلقه الاولى. شكرا بزاف لكم اللي تقيدتوا في هذا الويبينار هذا اترافير الموقع ديالنا experience AUI. غادي يكون عندنا واحد البروغرام حافل، واحد البروغرام عامر شنقول لكم بالمعلومات اون توكا، باسكو عارفوا اللي كاين بزاف ديال الناس اللي الان ربما تيطرحوا الاسئله على شنو غادي يديروا في المستقبل نتاعهم. حنا غادي نحاولوا نجاوبوا على هاد الاسئله ديالكم. غادي نبداو بلقاء مع طلبه ديال جامعه الاخوين. غادي نتلاقاو مع عماد who is a student at the business administration in the business administration. عماد ارشيد اللي غادي يكون معنا من اكادير، وغادي يهضر لنا على how to adapt to change and think outside of the box. غادي نتلاقاو مع another student ولكن هذه المره من Communication Studies اللي هي كنزه النصيف، اللي غادي تهضر لنا على managing stress and anger in teamwork. كما تعرفوا خاص الواحد يتعلم كيفاش يخدم وسط فريق ويدير عمل مع الفريق ديالو. هي غادي تهضر على how she manages stress and anger in teamwork. ومن بعد غادي نسافروا، واخا حنايا في لوك داون غادي نسافروا، غادي نمشيو لمدينه نيويورك اللي غادي نتلاقاو مع الدكتور كوثر المغراوي اللي هي PrincipalResearch Scientist at IBM، واللي هي ايضا خريجه من جامعه الاخوين، اللي غادي تهضر لنا شويه على المسار نتاعها من الجامعه، المكان اللي كتواجد فيه الان، وخصوصا الدور اللي كتلعبوا الان في شركه IBM. ومن بعد ذلك الأسئلة اللي متعلقة بكيفية الولوج لجامعة الأخوين غادي يكون معنا أمين قندوسي اللي هو Admissions and Outreach Officer، اللي غادي يتحدث لنا في 4 ديال النقاط how to apply to AUI. بالنسبه للناس اللي ربما تعرفوا AUI هي الاخوين يونيفرسيتي ان إفران، وغير اون فوا كتدخل الاخوين كتعرف بان AUI is short for الاخوين يونيفرسيتي ان إفران. من بعد ذلك غادي نعاودوا نشدوا الرحال للولايات المتحده الامريكيه، ونتلاقاو مع دكتور كيفن سميث اللي هو faculty at the School of Science and Engineering، واللي غادي يتحدث لنا على the difference between Bachelor and لايسنس ليسانس باردون لايسنس. شتي دابا حتى لونجلي خرج بديت كنهضر لا ديفيرونس ما بين باشلر ديغري و اون ليسانس. فوالا مرحبا بكم جميع. شكرا لكونكم معنا اليوم. نتمنى انكم غادي تطرحوا علينا بزاف ديال الاسئله، وحنا غادي نكونوا سعداء باش اننا نجاوبوا عليهم. وانا غيكون عندكم تفاعلات اخرى اترافير لو شات وتقدروا تجاوبوا لنا على الاسئله ديالنا اللي طرحناها لكم في البول سيكشن. Do you have a hard time staying positive during the lockdown؟ لحد الان 67% منكم تيقولوا نعم. Does the lockdown affect your ability to study؟ 100% كيقولوا ايه. غادي نتلاقاو الان مع الضيف ديالنا الاول كما قلت لكم هو student at the business administration school عماد ارشيد اللي من مدينه اكادير فين كان هو on lockdown like all of us وغادي يتحدث لنا على adapting to change and thinking outside of the box. غادي نقترح عليه انه يلتحق بنا الان في المنصه. اهلا كيف حالك عماد؟
الحمد لله انت
صافا الحمد لله. اول سؤال غادي نطرحه تقريبا لكاع الضيوف ديالي اليوم هو how are you dealing with the lockdown situation? So far so good.
صافا it's good. المهم we're trying to make the best out of it. المهم on essaie de faire plein de choses ولكن المهم احنا
مزيان سيدي. الوغ عماد انت ستودنت في بزنس ادمنستريشن سكول يو ار ان يور سينيور يير وغادي تهضر لنا شويه على التجربه ديالك غادي تهضر لنا على هاو يو ادابت تو تشينج وكيفاش بالخصوص you can train your brain maybe to think outside of the box.
Okay. So adapting to change I think it's very important surtout في هذا الوقت هذا يعني we are having a lot of challenges, a lot of change. We're talking about the virus, we're talking about a lot of things that are changing in our world, and it's also the characteristics of our century. It's changing, and we are expected to think in unconventional way. Donc, from my experience, any student can have a lot of interests. And ماشي بالضرورة you have to specialize in or over specialize in one thing. So how would I illustrate that? And also, for example, I am a business student. My concentration ولا التخصص ديالي كاين finance. But I'm also allowed to take, for example, a minor. يعني بشي حاجة اللي ما عندها حتى شي علاقة بداكشي اللي كنقرا بالضبط ولكن it's expected for you to it's expected to give you واحد set of skills, واحد set of things that will help you adapt to that change. So also you have this ability to study, but also and to concentrate on شي حاجة, but also have a lot of things from another academic perspective. The other thing, I know there's something that is very importantly extracurricular activities. So for example, clubs, student organizations, etc. So, for example, from my experience again, we're involved with the Moroccan Politics Club. C'est a club in which we try to raise awareness about politics with the youth. We try to organize conferences. We try to get guests in AUI University. وكيكون واحد l'échange. يعني en tant qu'étudiant, you have another perspective on things. So the key here is to broaden your perspectives. You have as much as ideas and things.
يعني فاش كنهضروا على هذوك الاكتيفيتيز اكسترا كوريكولم اكتيفيتيز هذوك الانشطه اللي كيكونوا ما داخلينش في الاشياء اللي خصك ولا بدا ديرها في الجامعه راه ماشي غير وقت الفراغ ديالك ولا الوقت اللي كدوزو ريلاكسين. It's very important for you as a student to grow and to help you achieve better كيف نقول لك soft skills maybe managerial skills.
Yeah. Exactly. زعما كنشوفوا بزاف ديال it's actually a good experience because you're having fun, but at the same time you're learning a lot. يعني you're learning to deal with other people, you're learning a lot of new things. So it's a very good opportunity. Also, from my experience, there's also something called student government or student government association where you learn other skills, negotiation, talking with other people, trying to find the solutions, etc. دونك هادشي كامل اللي هضرت عليه دابا سي بحال الا كيعطيك واحد a set of skills to adapt, to react to change fast. يعني you are always ready to be to adapt to situations, but also it gives you a broader set of skills and also a lot of knowledge. يعني knowledge اللي ماشي بالضروره غادي تكون زعما I'm studying finance, but I have to know a lot of other things that are very far from what I study. And one concrete example of that هو أنا دابا I'm doing an internship واحد لو ستاج يعني في اون انتربريز اون ستارت اب ديال فينتك financial technology also data financial data provider etc. So we're trying to bring financial data to key stakeholders etc. Et في هذا الموضوع هذا ديال coronavirus and stuff we have to adapt يعني to new ways of working to new ways of dealing with الناس اللي خاصنا نخدم معاهم etc. to find the internship. So there's a lot of things you have to take into account. ما يمكنش تبقى غير جالس وتدي لا صافي هادشي اللي عطا الله هذا you have to get هاد skills.
يعني فاش كنهضروا على بيتيتر دو بروفيل اللي هما سيميلير نقدروا نقولوا بان تيكون عندك واحد لافونتاج الا كنتي جوستومون كما قلتي دوزتي الوقت ديالك في الجامعه ايضا انك كتخدم على اشياء اخرى يعني كدير لا ديفيرونس يعني تا تو فولو فيغ هذاك درتي داك الايفور الزايد باش انك توصل له ودير لا ديفيرونس ما بين same maybe some people who went through the same studies as you.
Sure. And it's the best way to acquire new knowledge it's helpful زعما ما شتاش قد ما شتا دابا in the professional work يعني you have to be able to know a lot of things et une dernière chose I think regarding the extracurricular and the other activities you get to meet people that will be very influential in the way you think about things or at least to deal with them etc. Donc هذاك le côté humain it's also very helpful for you to grow during the 4 years that you are going to spend as أخوين ولا in your life in general. Donc it's a very important thing it's to broaden your knowledge, broaden your set of skills and learn how to think and هاد الشيء غادي يعطيك باش you think outside the box and be adaptive. يعني without those skills you cannot actually be doing that, and it's something that's it's fostered. A lot of my friends at AUI they're doing the same and they are excelling alhamdulillah. Donc this is
Thank you very much, Imad, for sharing your experience with us. I totally remember these nice days at AUI. Always, أنا كنت زعما الأوفيس ديال student activities كانت like a second home to me. It's really important. أن فاش تنمشيو نقلبوا على شي بلاصه فين نقراو خاصنا نقراو بيان سور خاصنا نقراو principles of finance, principles of marketing and management, ولكن also to live in an environment that will make us better people, maybe better decision makers. شكرا لك عماد. نتمنى ان اللوك داون ديالك في اكادير يدوز على احسن حال. you are lucky because you are in a very beautiful city. شكرا بزاف عماد.
شكرا.
مرحبا بالناس اللي يلاه التحقوا بينا. قبل ما نمروا للنكست جيست اللي غيكون another students بغيت غير نعاود نذكركم بتيتخ بالبروغرام بالنسبه للناس ديال الله التحقوا لقاش كاين شي اسئله اللي كيطرحوا واللي ربما خصهم يطرحوا في الوقت ديالهم فاش غادي يكون هناك الشخص اللي يقدر يتكلم عليهم. فاش باغ كوثر كتسولني وات از ذا ديفرنس بين لا ليسانس والباشلر غادي يكون معنا دكتور كيفن سميث اللي غادي يجاوب على هذا السؤال. ايضا حاولوا بغيت نقول لكم كنهضروا بالانجلي وتنهضروا كنحاولوا ايضا نهضروا بالعربيه. My question is how many of you are at ease with English? If you can answer that on the chat section. شحال واحد فيكم يعني ما عنده شي مشكل مع الانجلي؟ هضرنا شويه بالانجلي دونك تقدروا تجاوبوني في الشات وتفاعلوا معايا باش حنا نعرفوا كيفاش تقدروا ادابتيو. وربما هذه التجربه اللي تنعيشوها معكم ايضا. وشكرا بزاف على التفاعل ديالكم. الان غادي نمروا our next guest ولكن عندي واحد المعلومه اللي كنت باغي نبارطاجيها معكم. هو ان شاء الله من مورا هذا الويبينار في الاخر ديال هذا الويبينار غادي نطرح عليكم سؤال عنده علاقه مع معلومه غادي تقال في هذا الويبينار اللي غيكون اون فورم دو كويز. سؤال واحد واسرع واحد فيكم اللي غادي يجاوب في الشات غادي يربح معنا واحد سويتشر ديال الاخوين يونيفرسيتي. دونك فوالا تبعوا معنا مزيان ركزوا معنا مزيان and let's go. We're going to meet another AUI student. Her name is Kenza Nasif. She is in the communication studies student and she's going to share with us her way of managing stress and anger in teamwork. Talking about anger and stress that can really spoil the way we interact with team workers. أهلا كنزة.
اهلا
كيف حالك?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. الحمد لله. How is Meknes?
It's very hot.
It's very hot. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How is your lockdown going so far?
I mean, I got used to it by now, to be honest.
Ah,
It was hard at the beginning, but alhamdulillah daba I'm way chill. Yeah.
nice. Cool. So good to have you here with us on the first episode of
Thank
the
you.
webinar. And you're here to share with us a little bit of your experience in how you deal or how you manage stress and anger in teamwork.
Yeah, of course. Well, I am a communication studies, as you all know by now. But regardless of your major and your future career, we all need teamwork. So before joining AUI, I had many problems in facing people and talking to people as I am doing now.
Yeah.
Um, and I also had some anger issues with with my teammates. It was kind of hard for me to, expect less from people. So I always expected perfection from them.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, so I had lots of positions when I came to AUI. I because I was sociable before at high
Mm.
school, but when I came to AUI, I've heard that I should include myself in extracurricular activities, as Imad actually mentioned before. So I included myself, and then I had many positions, and but the ultimate position that I'm still having now is the project coordinator of Hand in Hand Association.
Mhm.
It's it's an association. It's an association that was created in 1995 by
Mhm.
AUI, by Al Akhawa University in Iran. It's in a humanitarian association, and it helps the region of Ifran
Mm.
mainly. So we work in schools, we work in projects, mainly in Ifran, Azro, and villages.
Yeah.
So I took this challenge. I applied for the position. After many interviews, I got in, and then I had to face more than 80 members.
Yeah.
So I had to be on stage and talk to them about our projects and about what we're gonna do and about our goals. So it started last year, and we have 2 years in our mandate.
Mhm.
So we I had the opportunity to share with them what we were doing. It was hard for me in the beginning. I was stressing a lot. It was hectic, but then I overcame it by trying to not give up and to face them every time and to have courage.
Mm.
And I also noticed that I have a good team, to be honest, in the executive board. Um, I I was telling them about, like, we were sharing our issues, and uh,
Mm.
we were trying to be vulnerable with each other so we can help each other. And that actually helped me in my anger issues eventually, because I found out that a team is not just about working and being perfect in whatever you do, but is about helping you to do better in what
Yeah.
you're doing. Yeah.
It's a team makes you a better person, and you need to make the team a better people too. ولكن it's also Kenza, as you I see that you're passionate about what you're doing. So being passionate about something maybe help you overcome your biggest fears, like you were talking about going on stage. And I can hear that it's a big deal to you. Yes, some of us are at ease talking in front of a crowd. Some others it's like a nightmare. So maybe loving what you do also gives you this power.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And also, as Imad actually mentioned, uh, when you get these kinds of positions, you
Mm.
need to talk to authorities. So, and inside of AUI or outside.
Yeah.
So, I needed to face authorities and tell them about our projects and how, like, talking to sponsors, gathering money for projects. So I had to face people. So that helped me a lot. And yeah, I mean, for anger issues, that's for stress management, and for anger issues, as I told you, um I was just, expecting less from people, and then being happy with whatever we got. And I was I just want to mention this point about community work.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have, part of community work before coming to AUI. I searched for many associations when I was in high school, but I wasn't that encouraged, to be fairly honest with you.
Yeah.
So when I came to AUI, we have lots of things that actually help us and encourage us without us knowing it. It's subconsciously.
It's like when you have the right setup, maybe it's organically pushes you to get involved,
Yes. And it makes me so happy to see just smiles of other people when we actually help them in their development. And I mean, this is something that it's a win-win situation. It helped me and it helped them. It helped them back. Yeah.
Exactly. And especially like in the professional world, we're going to have to deal with teams, teamwork, interact. And this is how society works. And this is how society makes beautiful things and innovates. It's through teamwork. It's never a one-man job. It's always about the team, because everyone needs someone to make him better. Thank you very much, Kenza, for sharing with us today. It's a real pleasure to have you with us. You wanted to add it? No, okay. All right.
I just wanted to add one point. As they say, so you actually need people around you in order to succeed. And by that, involve yourself in lots of activities as much as you can when you come to AUI.
Exactly. Yeah. Inshallah, very soon we all gonna be safe, and everything's gonna be behind us, and we can come back to being able to put a hand in hand.
Yeah, that's it.
Social distancing, maybe not too much. All right. Thank you very much, Kenza, for sharing with us. Thank you, guys, for all your interaction. Maybe I should have told you that when I was asking the question about are you at ease in English, there's a poll that was created, and you can answer it in the poll section rather than the chat. My bad. Sorry about that. Thank you for all your questions. Some of them are already answered by our team. We are gonna come to some questions with the right person in the webinar, so that the person can answer that. We're going to talk about admission with Amin Khandousi, actually, who is the admission and outreach officer later. And let me get back to the polls real quick before moving on to our next guest. Do you have a hard time staying positive during this lockdown? Well, 53% of you think yes, it's a hard time staying positive during the lockdown. And does the lockdown affect your ability to study? Well, most of you say yes, 88%. We're going to talk about it also a little bit later with our guests. So next up, we met some AUI students, some Al Akhawain University current student. Now, what about we see some of us who, some alumnus who went through AUI and now are doing interesting stuff in their lives. My next guest, and I'm really excited to have her with us, Dr. Kaoutar Al-Maghraoui, live from New York. She's a principal research scientist at IBM Research Center, and she is gonna share with us her experience and how she went from AUI to IBM. And I'm gonna have her with me in a few. Hello, Dr. Kaoutar Al-Maghraoui. How are you?
أهلا وسهلا. الحمد لله أنا بخير. السلام عليكم وشكرا للحضور الكريم.
You are from New York. I think it's what time? It's early morning there, yeah?
It's almost 9:30 in the morning.
9:30. Okay, in the morning. Thank you for being here at this time on a Sunday. How are you dealing with the lockdown so far?
Alhamdulillah, we're trying to adjust like everyone else. It's not easy, lots of different challenges that we have to adapt to. working from home, which is not easy. But thank God we have a lot of collaborative online platform that allows you to still do your work.
Yeah.
We also have to manage, online education for our kids, and basically adjust. So stay
Yeah.
positive, like everybody has been echoing. Try to stay positive and then make the best out of it.
We knew technology was amazing, but
Yeah.
today it's proven that we could do a lot of things with technology. Some things are irreplaceable, unfortunately, but technology can take us in a big leap. So, Dr. Kaoutar Al-Maghraoui, I will not interrupt you. Take us through your story. We are all ears.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here with all of you. Actually, this brings me lots of great memories. It also makes me feel a little old. Thinking back, maybe 25 years ago when I first saw the announcements in the news, watching from my living room في بن سليمان. I was really excited when I saw the announcements about الأخوين. And في ديك الوقيته قلت لمي بارون هذه البلاصه اللي بغيت نمشي لها. This is where I want to go. It was challenging at the beginning because I didn't have the means. My parents couldn't afford it. But I was very lucky to get a scholarship, which is something great, that Al Akhawain provides. And that, enabled me to go and then study in one of the top universities in Morocco. So it's really a privilege. For me, Al Akhawain was transformative, مني دخلت الأخوان مني خرجت like completely different persons. So you learn lots of skills, first, the academics, which is very important, but also you come out, with skills around, time management, research, organizational skills, working with, teams, critical thinking. All of those skills are very important, set you, for the rest of your life to be ready for your career and so on. So I think those skills were very key. And, Imad and Kenza also shared some of those to be able to adapt to change, to be able to work in teams, do extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
Some of my first experiences also happened at AUI, like traveling outside of Morocco, representing Al Akhawain in competitions like the ACM programming competition was really a great experience for me. Also learning to commit to success, do the best you can in everything. So Al Akhawain, gave me that framework, to grow, mature up, and kind of be equipped with really good skills to just go and conquer the world. So I entered a very shy girl, not knowing, how to handle myself, not confident, but when you exit, you feel like the sky is the limit. You can really do great things. So after Al Akhawain, I spent a couple of years teaching at Al Akhawain, which is also a great experience. And during Al Akhawain, I had lots of opportunities, to work, in the library, to work in the dorms, to teach also some classes, to work with professors, to mentor other students and so on. So, I mean, kind of, getting those kind of professional skills along the way. So, which was also a very good opportunity. And then after that, I also, got a lot of mentorship from my professors. The president of Al Akhawain, Dr. Amin Ben Said, was a great mentor to me. And Dr. Kevin Smith also was a great mentor to me. So they all, still their lessons and their encouragements and so on, they're very key. So having, strong leadership and strong examples at the university also kind of empower you and give you really good examples. So after Al Akhawain, I came to the US, and at the beginning it was a difference, but I didn't feel like the shocking experience coming to the US because a lot of the foundations and those soft skills that the students have been talking about kind of help you to adapt quickly to a new environment. So doing my PhD, was a great experience. But also now, after that, I joined IBM Research as a research scientist, and all of those skills really come very handy. The ones that you learn at the university. So right now, I am doing research in the area of artificial intelligence, الذكاء الاصطناعي, so عالمة أبحاث في مركز IBM. And really working with some of the greatest minds, people who graduate from top schools from MIT, Harvard, EPFL, from all over the world. So Another thing, I'm very passionate about women in technology. So I co-chair the Arab Women in Computing organization, which is a global organization with different chapters all over the Arab world and also in the US and Canada and France and so on. And our goal is to empower women to pursue STEM computing degrees and so on. So I would like to give back to my country and to the Arab world. So that's my journey. Lots of exciting things happening, but I owe a lot of the success that I have also to the foundational skills, whether it's soft skills or academic skills and the education that I received at AUI.
And you talk, Doctor, you were talking also about mentoring, and you also talked about how close we are to faculty and maybe also to other components of the university that help us move forward as people. And this relationship doesn't just stop; it just like spreads over time. Even though we leave the university, we may leave it physically, but we never leave it really because we're always linked to AUI in our journey.
Definitely, I still have very strong connections with students, fellow alumni from Al Akhawain. There is a wonderful AUI Alumni Association where we kind of forge connections, do collaborations, and I'm hoping we'll continue to do more of that. Like right now, I am actually co-chairing a conference track as part of the largest conference of women in computing with Bushra Buqatta, which is another Al Akhawain alumni. We've done lots of collaborations like this. The Arab Women in Computing organizations, the way we started the chapter in Morocco with another alumni from Al Akhawain, Huda, from Shakir from Al Akhawain. So all of those connections, that you build at Al Akhawain really go a long way. So keep those connections, nurture them. You never know, you can even have startups and, start big companies and initiatives with the people that you've been studying with and connecting with. So that's social networking and building strong network really goes a long way.
I wanted to maybe ask you a last question. Thank you very much for sharing, because it's really inspiring to hear you and to hear your journey. My last question, and maybe I'm gonna play on the nostalgia string here. What is the thing you miss the most, maybe from AUI?
I miss a lot of things, but what I miss, I think the most is. I think the time we used to spend in the computer lab really late at night, trying to solve problems. And those were very special moments, like students, around our computers, having fun and working and so on. And also I miss, some of the excitement, that happened anytime, you solve something, or like when we won the ACM programming competition that was held for the first time. That was really exciting. And then we went to Egypt to represent AUI for the first time, actually, in Morocco. So lots of different exciting moments. I think it's hard to pinpoint one of them, but that connection that we had, it was like a family that we built. Really great moments.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kaoutar Al-Maghraoui, for sharing with us and being with us on this first episode of the webinar. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thanks, everyone, and all the best to all the prospective students.
Thank you. السلام عليكم مرة أخرى. الناس اللي يلا التحقوا بنا مرحبا بكم. احنا في الحلقة الأولى ديال هذا الويبينار. We're talking to students, we're talking to alumnus, and we're gonna try and answer all of your questions. Maybe just for those of you who just joined us, there's different tabs. There are 3 tabs actually. You could use the question tab to ask your question. This way we could maybe isolate them from general chat. There's also polls that we have put together for you. First question is, which language are you most comfortable with? Well, the majority of you are comfortable with English, but we gonna talk a little bit also in Arabic, just to make sure that everyone is on board. We don't want to exclude anyone. The 2 other questions: do you have a hard time staying positive during this lockdown? Well, 56% say yes, Does the lockdown affect your ability to study? So far, 80% of people say yes. All right. Next up, I think all of you and most of you are asking a lot of questions about enrollment, and I'm really happy to have with me Amin Al-Khandousi, who is admissions and outreach officer, who is going to try to make it clearer, maybe in 4 easy steps how to apply to AUI, and he's going to be joining me on stage right now. And here he is. Look at this magic. Amin Khandousi, how are you?
صباح النور. Good, thank you, Youssef. And صباح الخير للجميع ورمضان مبارك للجميع اللي التحقوا بنا وجميع الناس اللي كيتابعونا.
You are one of the most lucky persons on this first episode on the webinar, because you are in lockdown, but in Ifran.
Yes.
What about that?
Yes. Yeah, it's pleasure. Yes, being in Ifran, and we are working, alhamdulillah, the university, ensuring the process of applications and responding to our future students, inshallah. So things are going, alhamdulillah. مزيان كل شيء مزيان.
So you're gonna take us through the application. It's a 4 easy step, and I will not interrupt you anymore.
Okay, thank you. So it's a pleasure to be with you and participating in this webinar that will help our future AUIer, inshallah, for applying and being one of our best students. So today I'm going to talk about our online application, how to apply for AUI. And
just let me know, I mean, when you want your presentation, and I will make sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So Akhawan University has established a very easy form, an online application form for our prospects to apply for AUI. So this application form, it's 2 parts, the first part and the second part. So can you Youssef, please go to?
Yeah, of course. Here it is.
So this is the online application. So you apply. It's easy. You go to our website. They are very easy, and you can access to our online application from from Facebook, from the AUI websites, or you can go to other AUI links and get the link to the first part of the AUI online form. So this is the first part, which is the candidate account creation. الطالب كيدخل la première partie وكيكري un compte كيجاوب على بعض الأسئلة وكيكري واحد لو compte في الجامعة، يعني في الأونلاين ابليكيشن، ودي كيسيون كيجاوب عليهم very easy سهلين، و à ce moment là كيختار البرنامج اللي أو الميجر اللي ان شاء الله اللي هو غيكون في الاول اختيار يعني اولي، لانه مازال ان شاء الله كيكون فيه فرص انه يغير يعني الميجر ديالو او التخصص ديالو بعد ان شاء الله القبول والمسائل يمكن له يغير الميجر ديالو الا كان دار الاختيار الاولي وبغى يغير. سي بوسيبل توجور. So this is the first part, and then immediately after processing this online first part, he will get an email and a message first. I mean, this is the message that is automatically sent to applicants when he applies for the first time. Then at the same time, he will receive an email, a detailed email in his email accounts, personal email account, indicating all the information that he needs to do for the second step. I mean, كيفاش غيعمر فين غيمشي بوغ لا دوزيام بارتي، يعني المرحله الثانيه، شنو هما الوثائق اللي غيوجد، اللي حنا جعلناهم وثائق يعني جد سهله للطالب في هذه الظروف باش يديرهم. انا جو فوا بانه دي كيسيون كيسولوا الناس على واش بعثت الوثائق ديالي عبر البريد او لا اونلاين. ما عندوش يعني الامور سهله، هو انه من بعد لا دوزيام بارتي فاش كيعمر تيمكن له يابلودي يتيليشارجي، يعني يابلودي لي دوكيومون ديالو في المرحله الثانيه، يعني تيمكن له يخلص اونلاين، تيمكن له يحط الوثائق ديالو و just après يعني after the second step which is the candidate file creation، يعني لا بارتي الثانيه اللي تيعمرها بعد ما كيتوصل بهذا الايميل تيدخل le compte ديالو. Donc une fois qu'il reçoit le ID dialogue, le username dialogue avec un mot de passe, password. Donc il peut log in ou pour créer la deuxième partie ou créer le file candidate file creation qui جعل انه يعمر واحد la deuxième partie اللي فيها les informations académiques ديالو، يعني مجموعه ديال الامور اخرى اللي هي واضحه في سميتو. دونك سي يعني فيري سيمبل، وتي يعمر وتي يدير يحط الوثائق ديالو اللي حنا طلبناهم. جوست ابخي من بعد ان شاء الله تنديروا واحد التقييم ديال الملف ديالو، ولجنه الانتقاء اللي كتسهر على انها كتبحث في الملف هذا، وكنجاوبوا طالب فيري سون. كل اسبوع بالطلبه تيوصلوا بالنتائج ديالهم وتيكون القبول وتيدوزوا للمرحله الثانيه.
امين نيت لحقاش كاينين شي اسئله في الكويشنز، اسمح لي قطعتك في هذا لو مومون بريسي باسكو كاينين شي ناس اللي كيقول لك هذا اسبوع هذه اسبوع وانا تنتسنى ولا هذا خص يعرفوا بالله راه كاينين اون في دون واحد سيتويشن that is not usual. You guys are making the most a lot of efforts to answer everyone. ياك امين؟
اكزاكتوم يا. دونك حنا في كل اسبوع دابا تنتوصلوا بالملفات، كيتم دراسه الملفات وكيتم يعني الارسال النتائج يعني لي ديسيزيون بور لي كانديدا اللي تيحطوا لي دوسي. دونك هي الحاله يعني الامور جد سهله. تيدير الاونلاين ابليكيشن ديالو، تيدير اللوازم اللي تنطلبوا منه، ومن بعد توصلوا يعني كتوصلوا لي ريزولطا ديك الدوسي كيكمل وتيوصل المسائل. بعد الادميشنز اوفيس is open. We are receiving calls. If you have any comments, any requests, any things that you need to know, you can call the admissions. You can send emails to admissions, or you can call our office. We are working the whole week, the 5 days, business days. And then we can get back to candidates and answer their questions and their queries.
Alors على حسب لو لين اللي كاين في step 1 which is go online to the website. The link is on the chat section for you guys. You can copy and paste it, or you can just like find it on the chat section. كاين شي اسئله كنت باغي نطرحهم لك امين. كاين واحد السؤال على عاود لو سكور اللي minimum score one should get in the baccalaureate after getting offered the admission.
شنو هو لو سكور يعني واش لو ريزولتا ديال الباك؟
ديال الباك وي.
فوالا الاخوين كما هضروا تكلموا الاخوان وتكلمت الدكتور مغراوي ولا الاخوين ما تنشوفوش النقاط، لان الاخوين هي او المنظومه يعني السيستم الامريكان اللي تيشوف في الطالب مجموعه ديال الامور. يعني تيشوف مجموعه ماشي كنقاط وكشخص شنو دار داك الطالب، شنو هما لي زاكتيفيتي اللي دار. يعني كندرسوا الملف عامه يعني كنقاط امور اخرى مع النقاط. يعني المشاركات اللي دار، شخصيته، مجموعه ديال المسائل، لي ريكومونداسيون ديال لي بروفيسور. يعني واحد الملف كيتم دراسته من
we're looking at the big picture.
Okay, not only the grades that indicates the admission or not, but the whole application. We evaluate the application from different levels, from different angles, and we get to the candidates. Of course, grades make a difference in admissions. ولكن هذا لا يمنع أن الطالب إذا كان عنده يعني نقاط يعني أنه ما توفقش في واحد السنة وتدارك في سنة أخرى، هذا تيجعله أنه طالب اللي يمكن له يتقدم جامعة الأخوين. لأن جامعة الأخوين شنو هو الهدف ديالها هو تكوين الطالب. يعني we have average students and make of it of him يعني best student, excellent student. هذا هو
and definitely a better person.
بس فوالا هذا هو يعني الطريق. يعني الجامعه كتحاول تكون طالب future leaders ان شاء الله سميتو. وياما طلبه كانوا يعني بواحد لو نيفو متواضع والحمد لله دخلوا جامعه الاخوين وتكونوا احسن تكوين وخداو الفرص ديالهم، استفدوا من الفرص اللي كتوفرها جامعه الاخوين من جميع الامور، من يعني جميع الامور اللي كتوفرها، وتفوقوا. ودابا الحمد لله في حياتهم الشخصيه وحياتهم العمليه سون تري تري بيان. والجامعه ديما مفتوحه البيبان ديالها من السيد الرئيس الى يعني الناس نواب الرئيس الى العمداء، انهم مفتوحين باش كيسهروا على انه تكوين الطالب وديما في خدمه الطالب وتكوين الطالب احسن تكوين.
كاينين بضعه اسئله على ود المنح المدرسيه، وربما هادو اسئله اللي غادي نجاوبوا عليهم في الحلقه الثانيه اللي غادي تخصص السكولرشيبس.
Exactement.
So keep those questions because we're going to answer them on the next episode. And maybe this question we already answered briefly, maybe just to reassure Selma, because she's asked about her application status. When I got go check my application status, I see that I have been at the admitted stage since 1 week ago, but I still didn't receive any email from AUI.
يمكن غير تاكد معنا ما خدات في الستيشنز ديالها. she's admitted. She has, I mean, we have sent all the message to admitted students, so she needs to check her email account, and then she can send an email to admissions, and we will, I mean, inform her or resend her another email indicating that she's admitted. Congratulations, she's admitted. When now she's admitted. If she has in her status admission, she's admitted.
She's admitted.
نعم، بغيت تشوف الايميل ديالها بيرسونيل، وإلا كان عندها اي مشكل في الايميل ولا شي حاجه تعاود تتصل بينا ونعاودوا نصيفطوا لها الايميل ديال سميتو.
فوالا يمكن في لو تشات غادي نحطوا جوستومون لو كونتاكت ديال الادميشن، كوم سان الناس اللي عندهم بحال هاد المشاكل يقدروا يتصلوا ديريكتومون باش يعرفوا لو ستاتيو ديال الادميشن ديالهم. Thank you so much. I mean قندوسي راه a lot of questions have been answered on the question section, and don't forget guys, we are here just to help you out. It's not just about this episode with Amin. All the episodes we're going to try and cover as much as possible of these questions, and make it easy for you guys to get all the proper information to get access to AUI. Voilà, vous avez l'email اللي تقدروا تصيفطوا ليه justement admissions@aui.ma. Amin, شكرا بزاف.
شكرا وفرصة سعيدة و I'm happy to be with you, and any questions please do not hesitate to send to admissions. We are happy to serve you. We are happy to answer your questions either by phone or by email. Thank you so much.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Amin. So moving on to our next guest, just a little reminder, as I was saying at the beginning of this live, we're gonna be make you guys win a superb Al Akhawain sweatshirt, a must, an essential in your wardrobe if you get to answer the question that we're gonna ask at the end of this live on the chat section. The fastest answer gets the prize. So you have been asking also this question on the question poll. It's part of our program. We're going to cover the main difference between a bachelor degree and la licence. Some of you have asked this question, and now we have with us Dr. Kevin Smith, who is a faculty at the School of Science and Engineering, who is going to talk to us through it. Meanwhile, I just remind you that you can always check the polls and still answer the question we are asking you on the polls. Dr. Kevin Smith. No. He was in.
I'm here.
Now he's back. Yes.
Okay.
Here we go. How are you, Dr. Kevin Smith?
How are you? Good.
So you're part of the early bird team because you are in the US. So and it's early.
I was thinking
for
also,
Sunday.
I was thinking also early bird team because I came to Al Akhawain in 1996.
Wow.
Which is before anybody who's applying now was even born.
Wow.
We've
Yeah.
been working on getting Al Akhwain ready for you your whole life. So,
1996. Good to
Yeah.
have you with us, Dr. Kevin Smith. You're gonna talk to us because this is a question that we ask. We're talking about the American system, the French system, other systems. So, what is the main difference exactly between a bachelor degree and a licence?
Sure. And the obvious thing that you'll all see is officially a licence is 3 years of study and a bachelor is 4 years of study.
Yeah.
And also, some of you will note, engineering students in particular, an engineering degree is 5 years of study to an engineering degree. Our equivalent degree is a Master of Science, which has official equivalence as an engineering degree, and that's also 5 years of study at Al Akhwain, a bachelor degree plus another year for a master's degree. So the key difference in systems of education is the structure of the system of education for flexibility. I think one of the most helpful ways to characterize it is to think about what is 21st century education like, and how is it different from 20th century or 19th century education. Many programs that you see are going to tell you take this specific set of classes in these specific times, learn this material, and you're done. And what we want you to note in your work in 21st century education is you're not just going to need to know a specific set of material and you're done. You're going to have to keep adapting throughout your working career. And the nature of the bachelor's degree is to make sure that you have a broad expertise and a broad knowledge of many areas and the experience to ask questions and learn what applies and what questions to ask in different settings.
I like to make intelligent remarks from time to time, Dr. Kevin Smith, and have some sayings because it makes you look intelligent instantly. It's like when we say the species that survive are not the strongest nor the smartest, but the one that are adapt the quickest to change.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the way a bachelor degree across not just Al Akhwain, but systems that use this, achieve this is by having you take your major area of study, your specific set of focused courses, but also the program requires courses in multiple other disciplines. So you would take probably a literature course. And as a computer scientist, I'm a computer scientist, you might say, why would I want a literature course? Well, if I'm a computer scientist working 10 years from now, I have a client. The client needs me to develop software for them. They don't need to know about computers. They work in a completely different area. If I cannot understand the client and their problems and what they want, which relates to many things, politics, literature, whatever, then I'm not going to be able to solve their problems or address them.
Yeah.
The same thing is going to apply whether you're an engineer, a business person, a communications person. All of those depend on being able to understand and adapt to many different settings, many different specialities, and not only to adapt yourself, but to work with other people. Because the probability now is that you're going to be working on a team where the people you work with, again, as a computer scientist, I would not be on a team with just computer science people. I would be on a team with a business person, a marketing person, a whole range of different expertise that I have to be able to relate to, so that between us we can understand this part of the problem is mine, but I have to relate it to your part of the problem. And we really need to be able to talk to those clients and understand what they need.
Yeah.
So one of the key skills that employers always tell us about Al Akhwain graduates, and I think you've seen some of that today, is that they communicate. They're able to listen and to express themselves in ways that our engineering students or engineering graduates often, most of them don't do simple engineering tasks for a long time. Most of them move more quickly to management level positions because they're already demonstrating from the beginning their ability to talk to and work with a range of people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like you asking the question, how curious were you before getting to AUI, and how curious you'd become after exiting AUI, or moving on in your life, and how able are you to answer those questions by yourself? Because yeah, there are classes, yes, there are lectures, yeah, but those are like just like how do you call it, like une torche that shows you the path, the way, you know, in order to learn more and to know how to learn more. This is the trick, right?
Yes. So any program you're looking at, which is focusing on telling you they're going to give you all the information.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you a secret. You actually don't need to go to university to get information. Now, you're laughing because you already knew that. But it's kind of funny when I say this to new applying students, they seem surprised that I know that.
Yeah.
As a professor. But you know, we computer scientists, we help build the systems that you use to get the information. So yes, we know that the information is available. What you need to build is the skills to decide, because not all information is the same, right?
Yeah.
If you're asking a question, you can find all the different answers all at the same place, all over the internet. Which ones are right for you or useful for your problem? That's the skill that you'll need to have in 21st century work.
Well, just for a funny story, I was a member of the AUI. I was, in fact, the president of AUI Radio for a couple of years when I was on Al Akhawain. And guess where I ended up? I ended up doing the morning show in one of the national radio station. You learn a lot through that because it gives you an environment besides the principles or the 101s on finance, on computer science. It gives you maybe the environment to be a better person. I've been saying that a lot, but I truly believe that it transforms you as a person to be a better person, better understanding on how to solve your own problems and how to solve maybe also your team problems.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Can I make one more comment about a difference in the way the program works? Many programs have you're part of a promotion.
Yeah.
You work with these students, you do the same things, If something goes wrong, you repeat the year and you're part of a different promotion and so on.
Exactly.
The structure of this is you have many requirements, and this requirement you might meet by taking a class with this group of people who's not the same group that you're exploring another requirement with. So you will work already with many different groups of people with different expertise and different progressive rates, depending on what you're most interested in. Thanks.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Dr. Kevin Smith, for all these information. I hope you enlightened the people who are following us now live, and you see what are the main differences between a bachelor and la licence. So thank you, Dr. Kevin Smith. We're gonna, as I told everyone in here, you need to be really pay attention during this webinar, because we have a little prize for you that actually I think we could see this beautiful Al Akhawain sweatshirt, which we're gonna be with an AUI model, as you can see, flexing his biceps, really nice green with the Al Akhawain logo on it. This beautiful sweatshirt is available for, of course, for male and female, and it's going to be the prize of whomever going to be able to answer this question the quickest on the chat. What is the first step you need to take to apply to AUI? Let you reach to your keyboards the fastest. Your name, fill online form. I think fill your online form is the right answer. Am I right? Maybe people who are behind the, fill the online and create an account, make an account. But I think Noor got it right. Yes, thank you very much. Some of you answered, but I think we already have a winner. Yes. All right. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your questions, for your interaction. We are not done yet. I'm gonna have a look at the poll once again. I see that most of you are comfortable with English, so thank you for answering the poll. And we still, as I said, we're not excluding anyone who's trying to be as make the information available to anyone. So نهضروا شوية بالعربية، نهضروا شوية بالإنجليزي. حاجه ما فهمتوهاش n'hésitez pas تقدروا تطرحوا علينا السؤال في تطرحوا علينا اسئله ديالكم في الكويشنز section ولا في الchat section. Do you have a hard time staying positive during the lockdown? Well, 59% of people think it's a yes, and yes, and does the lockdown affect your ability to study? 81% of people think it's yes. Well, guess what? It's we have different ways of dealing with the lockdown and how it affects our way of staying positive. Mental health is really, really important, but also being productive and being able to pursue our work. So we have met with the university counselor Katie Stubanas, who actually addressed this issue, studying and staying positive during the lockdown. The video is available on the platform Experience AUI. You can go and check it at the end of this webinar. You can go and check Katie Stubanas, who I remind you is the university counselor, talking about studying and staying positive during the lockdown. But before we finish this section, it's been an hour, an amazing hour with all of you guys. Let's talk about the next one. And our question is really simple. What would you like us to talk about? What are the subjects that matter the most to you for the next episodes? We saw a lot of questions about scholarship, and we got that covered because we're going to talk about scholarship, who can apply, how we're going to cover it all in the next webinar, which I remind you, it's on Sunday at 1. This is our rendezvous. Every week on Sunday at 1, we meet 1 p.m. We meet all together on Experience AUI. Talk about it to your friends, people who are also in the path of looking for maybe path of looking for studying after the baccalaureate, looking for a new, or people applying for master degree, as a matter of fact, that can also join us. So yes, I see that scholarship is the big one. We're gonna address the scholarship, that's for sure. How the classes work, we're gonna try and get all this information from you guys. Thank you for being so interact with us. Financial aid, yes, we're gonna talk about all these. Remind you also that you could email us at experienceaui@aui.ma if you have any other question. I'm still looking at your comments, and yes, we have a winner. The winner is Noor Maski. You're going to be contacted by Al Akhwain University to collect your prize. I mean, they probably going to send it to you. Thank you very much, guys. That's been really fun. If you have any remarks makes this better, we're happy to take that. Just email us at admissions@aui.ma. My name is Youssef Ksiyer. It was a pleasure to share this moment with you. I wish you all a happy Sunday. Stay safe, stay home, and stay positive. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much. And just a reminder, for those of you who missed parts of this live, you can rewatch it on the replay, also on the Experience AUI website. Or yes, you can rewatch the whole episode. Is going to be available right away. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one. Stay safe, and see you next Sunday, 1 p.m. Bye.